This video will show how to use two webcams in order to do a split screen. So what you will need is this free software called OBS. You're seeing this right here. I've refreshed, so there's nothing set up on this yet, so I wanted to start from scratch. You will need two webcams, so that might be one that you're already using that might be built into the screen of a laptop, and then maybe a second one you purchase. I think I got like a Logitech C290, I think it was called. Forgive me if I'm wrong, for around $30, and it's a decent quality camera, nothing special. I don't have that connected right now. I actually have two higher quality webcams that are all that are both 1080p level, and one of them cost me $100 at the beginning of the pandemic. The other cost me, I think, 70 or 60 because I got it on sale. So what you'll do is here, click in the sources area on the plus sign. We're going to add a camera, and that is a video capture device. Now when you click here, you can name the camera, and you don't have to. It's just as long as you can keep track of what it's called. Maybe this is the camera on me. I'll just make the first camera, I'll just name it different from the default. And then your list of cameras will be different than what you'll see here. The Surface Camera Front is the camera that is built into my laptop, into my Surface Pro. I'm not going to use that. I'll use my nice Logitech C920 camera that I got for around 100 at the beginning of the pandemic. And so there it is, right? You see on screen, but because it is a nice camera, I'm going to go ahead and do the following thing where I set up the custom resolution. The nicest resolution for this is 1080. It is a 1080 camera, so I'm just going to do that just because otherwise it's going to bother me. And then it takes up the full screen. You see that I've got a green screen behind me. So that's the camera that I'm pointing at right now. I've basically obscured it with my palm for a second. You see there's this other camera that's basically the same style camera. This is the one that I got a discount. It's connected, but I haven't imported that second camera. So let me do this right now. So this one's sitting on a tripod. I'll click plus, add my second camera, that is a second video capture device. I guess I'll call this one tripod camera, but again, you don't have to rename it. As long as you just know what they're called, that's fine. And then I have to select the appropriate device. Your list of devices is going to be different. This one that I have here, it's called the 1080p Pro Stream camera. And I'll do the same deal where I use the custom resolution, select my 1080, and there it is. Okay, cool. So now the, excuse me, this second camera, you can see the view from this second camera is now obscuring. It's completely covered the original camera, which you can now see right there. So what I'll do is take the corner over here and scale that down in size. Maybe I'll take this one and also scale this down in size. So these horizontal line, sorry, these diagonal lines going this way, that's like part of the camera view that's not seen. All that somebody's going to see is what's within this rectangle that started out all black. So I could really work on this carefully, and this is one way to do a split screen, right? So like over here on the right, you're seeing the view of, which camera is that? That's this camera. Oh, I guess like since it's selected with the red box, that's the camera on me. Okay. The other camera, the one that's on the tripod here, that you're seeing, that's this one that's got the red outline right now, right? So this is one way to do a split screen. Just I mean, I've got some wasted space on the right, just on this edge. I also have a lot of wasted space on top and on bottom. I think this kind of thing would make more sense if you're splitting screen using 4 cameras, and then you could, have one in the upper left, one in the upper right, and so on and so forth. What I think I'll do actually here is let me just take this camera, right, and then like I'll actually just tilt the tripod down onto somewhere here, like imagining that I have some stuff that I want to show, right? And what I'll do is like, let me go ahead and make this, scale that back to take up all the screen. And if I hit the Alt key or the Control key, or it just depends on your keyboard, I can do a thing where, maybe like I'm going to have just sort of the middle part. So I've dragged in, basically cropped, by holding a key, one of the corner keys on your keyboard, and I'll do that. Same deal with this camera. Oh wait, I need to, in order to be able to see this, let me push this camera in front visibly. Okay, so I'll make this one take up the entire screen. And again, like the camera's placed so that I'm kind of in the middle. And so I'll stay where I am and do the same kind of thing where I hold a key, Alt key or whatever key it is on your keyboard. It's one of those corner special keys, right? Alt, Control, Start, one of those. And then now that I have this roughly the right size, I'll do this. Now this is the split screen that I think I want to go for, so that what people see from this corner to that corner to this corner to that corner, that's going to be the view of what people see, and that'll be the split screen. So I can like talk at the camera and people can see that on the right half of the video. I can do something down here on the table and people can still see that because of the other camera, right? And I could just bring this back so that the two cameras are facing each other. Okay, right? Okay, so I think in terms of the actual computer-based setup, it's how I want it to be. It's then a matter of physically placing the cameras and all that business. Then what do I do? Well, if all I wanted to do was use this split screen thing as my webcam in Zoom or Microsoft Teams or whatever, I would just click Start Virtual Camera, this third button right here, and then go into Zoom. You might have to restart Zoom and just select that camera. Like one of the cameras is going to be the name of this software called OBS. If I wanted to not do that though, like I could record a video. Now if I'm going to record a video, at this point it will just have no audio. So let me actually add an audio source. So I'll go back to this plus and insert a microphone here, audio input capture. I'm not going to name this, the default name will be fine. I just need to select which device I'm going to use. Your list of devices is going to be different. As you see, I have this headset, so that is a Sennheiser USB headset. That's mine. Again, you're going to have a different list of devices. Now that I've installed that, and it is called here audio input capture, you see this as I start to talk. Oh, look, this is too much. So I'll just kind of keep talking. What you want to have occur is you want through, natural talking, there's going to be inflection, but the sweet spot is to get this in the kind of yellow. So if it goes a little red because you're excited for a moment, that's okay. Let me put this up just a little bit more to go like, hey, if I'm talking like extra dynamically, maybe even a little more, yeah, a little bit of red like this, that's fine. But if it's red like a lot, like this, as it started by default, that's going to be too much. It's going to sound really staticky for somebody. So for me right now, this is based on my talking and based on this microphone, this is probably at the right level. So what I could do is click the Start Recording button. Now that I've done this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I just click the Stop Recording button. Now I have in my videos folder a short video where I just said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that's an option, right? So you start the virtual camera if you want to just use the split screen in Zoom, or now as I have a short video with the audio of me speaking into this with the split screen. And another option, in case it's interesting, is to start streaming. If I click on this, it's not going to work. What I'd have to do is first go into YouTube. If I was going to do a YouTube live, after I've signed into my account, there's a place where in YouTube you'd say like, hey, I want to start a live stream. You'd copy something from your YouTube account called the stream key into the settings here in OBS. In the settings area, you could do the same thing for a Facebook live stream or any of those live streaming services. Once you sign into your account on the web for that particular streaming service, you would copy a stream key, very kind of long thing of like, I don't know, 32 or 64 letters or whatever. You would paste that into this OBS software in the settings area, and once you've done that, you could click Start Streaming.